So, the Q&A happened last week. If you didn't know, there was a Q&A with Ian and Lore about just general things about the game that's going on and pre-patch and everything. Started off with, apology for everything that went awry on Tuesday with the pre-patch. And then afterwards, went to the standard questions. People complaining about class changes and bugs and all that stuff. But one question actually made me think. One question was about having a level squish, kind of like how we've had a stat squish and item level squish right now. Someone proposed, why not do a level squish? And I really never thought of that before. What game have you ever played where they eventually, knock your level back down? Of course, I guess the WoW team has talked about it in the past, according to Ian, but they really never. It seemed kind of hard to implement, and I think they knew how badly received that would probably be to the community as a whole. So it's not like it's anything that's happening anytime soon or at all, really. Like I said, they've even said it's kind of too hard to really do, and it's not worth their time to do. So I don't think we really ever have to worry about this happening. But it was still an interesting thing to think about. I know personally, I wouldn't want this. I would not want a level squish. I wouldn't, want to wake up one morning or, one day be level 120 in Battle for Azeroth, and then like a pre-patch before the next expansion, be level 70 again or something like that. That just wouldn't feel right. I mean, the stat squish already doesn't always feel right, but eventually we get back to where it did feel right. Just like the last stat squish, I felt bad at first, and then once we got into Warlords and I got to, 100, everything kind of felt fine again. And then they did it again, this expansion, and I'm sure once we hit 120, everything will feel fine again. But, being, level 120, and then say they did do a level squish, and then going back to, say, level 70, then the next expansion, I get to be level 80 again? That's just weird. It just doesn't feel right. It just... I almost see the levels really at this point is just like how seasoned the character is, Maybe not necessarily their age, because if he was 120, well, I do play a mage. He could actually be that old. But, and it depends on your race too. But still, it wouldn't feel right. There's also, how would legacy dungeons and raids work in this world? If you're level 70 and you're going to new content, what about the old level 70 raids and dungeons? Would you still be able to solo those? Or would they get rid of the level restrictions on them? Or I don't know at all how any of that would work. I don't think they know how that would work either. And anyways, too, what level would they set us back to? Would they go back to the old cap of 60? Would they choose 70? Where would they, where would they go? Yeah, this feels like this is where we should put it. And ultimately, do the levels even really matter anymore? Other than, do they really matter other than to separate content? To say you can't do this until you've reached this level. Because once you hit max level, your power gains are from your gear. Which is also, it just, I don't know, it doesn't even seem really to matter all that much. So what does it matter if we're 120 or 300 or 400? I don't think it matters. At this point, they're just numbers, and as long as it's not breaking any systems in the background to have our levels that high, I don't see why it should be, squished. And how would the leveling work in this new world of a level squish? I mean, going from 1 to 10 would probably take forever. Hell, going from 1 to 2 would probably take a while. I mean, right now, at that early level, those early levels, I would say each level takes about an hour, if not less. And in this world, it would probably take a couple of hours to go from level 1 to level 2. Actually, I think it would be closer to like the vanilla WoW leveling experience in this world, which is not something I want to go back to. I mean, I know with the rework of level scaling and scaling in the old world and everything, things have gone down a little bit, but it's not unbearable like the vanilla experience. And also, how would old players react? I mean, think about this. You maybe go away in like Wrath, and now you come in after this squish, and you log in, and your character's a level 70 again, or they're still level 80, but so is everyone else. This all kind of breaks. Or if they actually was squished, they would probably get squished down to like level 40 or something like that. I don't know what the scale would be. So yeah, personally I wouldn't like this to happen, but what do you all think? What would you think of a level squish? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, bye.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.